Good morning, everyone. My name is Alexander Navakumar, and today I'm going to present my findings on the Acid Rain Disposition Program. But first, let's go over a brief background of the policy. In the 1990s, the program was established as an amendment to the Clean Air Act passed under the Bush administration as Title IV, Subchapter A, Acid Rain Disposition Control, not to be confused with the Clean Air Act, Title IV, Noise Pollution Amendment. According to the EPA website, Title IV set a decreasing cap on total SO2 emissions, aiming to reduce overall emissions to 50% of 1980 levels. However, not only did the program focus on a reduction of sulfur dioxide, but also a reduction of nitrogen oxides emissions. But why should I care, you're probably asking yourself. Well, I'll answer that question for you. Do you like fish, plants, trees? Well, what about those cool marble sculptures made a long time ago when I don't know, breathing without the fear of increasing the chance of being susceptible to heart disease? Before you get scared, let me start with the fish. Acid rain has a detrimental effect of lowering the pH and increasing the acidity of any body of water it winds up in. In small amounts, this effect is negligible. However, in large amounts, the resulting effect is that the ecosystem surrounding the body of water becomes uninhabitable. At low pH levels, fish eggs cannot hatch, adult fish die, and plants cannot grow. Not only that, but the fog that contains the pollutants from acid rain at high elevations can harm trees by stripping nutrients from their leaves and crippling them. On the other hand, if you're someone who cares more about human ecosystems and the effects acid rain has on the concrete jungle, well, acid rain has the tendency of corroding details from sculptures and producing a funky black crystal called gypsum on limestone and marble buildings. While gypsum, a mineral that forms from the reaction between calcite, water, and sulfuric acid, is naturally white, the crystals become black due to trapping particles of dirt and pollutants. When these crystals inevitably break off, they take pieces of rubble down with them, resulting in the increase of repair and maintenance costs. And if you don't care about fish, plants, trees, sculptures, or buildings, you have to at least care about your health. At least I hope you do. Anyway, according to the EPA, you don't need to worry about walking in acid rain or swimming in lakes contaminated by it. There's no effect on your health from that. However, there is harm in breathing in the particles that form from the reactions of SO2 and NOx in the atmosphere, which form fine sulfate and nitrate particles. When breathed in, the EPA states that the effects are as follows: increased heart disease risk, and effects on lung function, such as breathing difficulties for people with asthma. While the EPA website does not directly cite the studies it references, a study that corroborates this claim was written by a bunch of authors listed here, titled Cardiovascular Effects of Air Pollution, which details that a 10 microgram per cubic meter increase in long-term exposure to PM, where PM is particulate matter, air that is polluted by nitrogen dioxide, ozone, and other pollutants, was associated with 11% increase in cardiovascular mortality, both in the long-term and short-term exposure to nitrogen dioxide. And since breathing is necessary for humans to be able to walk outside in the rain, unless you own a gas mask or something, the negative health effects from acid rain shouldn't be ignored. And the US government understood this, and so SO2 was reduced through tradable permit program, and NOx was reduced through command and control regulation. And both plans were fairly successful, as shown in the graphs displayed here. Clearly, SO2 and NOx emissions levels have dropped since the plan's inception. However, the question now is it enough? Your answer might be different from mine, but I agree with the writers of the research paper titled A Fresh Look at the Benefits and Costs of the U.S. Acid Rain Program, in which they have performed a cost-benefit analysis of the current pollution reduction and found that there's much benefit left to be had, and that research since 1990 also suggests that environmental problems associated with acid disposition and nitrogen disposition are more challenging to resolve than originally thought and will require larger reductions in emissions to reverse. My policy recommendation includes expanding the already existing legislation to lower the amount of permits in the SO2 plan or to subsidize the innovation of technology that reduces overall pollution. In any case, despite the overall success of the acid rain disposition program, the maximum benefit to society from the continued reduction of pollutants that cause acid rain has yet to be reached. And so, it is imperative to maintain a continuous focus on reducing SO2 and NOx levels for the benefit of society as a whole. And with that, thank you for listening to my presentation, and have a great day.